I was recently in Kansas City and desired to visit the Beast. What's the Beast? Haunted mansions have become as much of a Halloween season staple as trick-or-treating, and the level of detail is wicked. Now, across the United States, there are different kinds of haunted attractions. Haunted houses, haunted prisons, haunted mansions, and hayrides. So, how did this craziness get started? Well, haunted houses originated in London in 1802. Marie Tussaud displayed decapitated wax figures of French notables like Marie Antoinette and King Louis XVI. Now, this display was called the Chamber of Horrors, a name that has stuck still today. In America, haunted houses and Halloween activities in general were manufactured to divert the attention of misbehaving teenage boys during the Depression, the one in the 1930s. Some say that there are genuinely haunted houses with something sinister lurking, but most, if not all, are designed specifically to scare. Attractions like Statesville Haunted Prison in Lockport, Illinois. The fictional haunted prison, open only 4 or 5 weeks, took you through the twisted chambers of the darkest creatures ever imprisoned. The tour lasted about an hour and featured more than 175 live prisoners in 40 rooms attacking you at every step. It was one of America's top 10 most famous haunts, but the inmates have recently escaped from Statesville and are now terrorizing Hell's Gate Haunted House. Apparently, even the afterlife is affected by pandemics. Haunted houses became a cultural icon when Walt Disney decided to build one. Now, Disneyland's Haunted Mansion opened in 1969 and was designed in the style of the Evergreen House and the Winchester Mystery House. It quickly became a success with more than 82,000 in a single day shortly after its debut. Now, following in the 1970s, the JCs are credited for beginning the most successful national haunted house commercial operation in America. JC members Jim Gould and Tom Holligas came up with the idea as a fundraiser, and they shared their experiences with other JCs at the national conferences. They even created a haunted house, a mini haunted house at the trade show, and the JC organization became possessed. The idea was such a hit that Jim and Tom created the Haunted House Company and consulted with 700 JC chapters in 40 states. But a decade later, the Six Flags Haunted Castle fire caused building and safety codes to enter into the design. Six Flags was indicted for aggravated manslaughter for the 8 deaths and the other injuries caused by the fire. They were found not guilty, but paid millions in civil damages to the victims' families. With the added costs, even a volunteer organization could no longer compete, let alone assume the potential risks. By then, the Haunted House Company had started producing their own attractions for profit, and others entered into the industry, creating bizarre characters, monsters, and themes. A new generation of designer entering the industry about that time was Leonard Pickel, who started Hauntreprenuers, and has since become an industry legend. Now, as an architect, Leonard produced design and production drawings and sent them to local contractors to build the attractions on site, saving the client shipping and overhead. Then a small Hauntrepreneurs install team would arrive on site to supervise the installation, the scenic painting, illusions and special effects setup, the scare operations, and to help train the attraction staff. In addition to strict codes, Leonard experienced massive growth and crowd management became a critical part of the design. This is when the floor plans transformed from traditional multi-bedroom homes into houses with zigzag pathways. Now, the secret to creating a scary space, he says, is breaking all the rules that he learned in school. Another interesting observation is his discovery of which person in line typically is the easiest to scare, and how he can train the actors to pick those people out. On Halloween in 2020, the AIBD Central Colorado chapter invited Leonard to present an introduction to haunted house design. We've pulled the recording out of the archives and added it as a bonus when you register to another scary webinar, Protecting Your Online Assets from Piracy. Many of you took advantage of the BOGO when registration opened last Friday. But if you didn't, registration is still open until midnight tomorrow night, and access to both CE credits lasts for 12 months. So finish your day and schedule to watch the recordings over the next week or two. Then rinse and repeat, because Louis Bonham provides a ton of information on copyrights, and it may take more than one listen to absorb it all. Now the link is in the notes below. Check out all the details. Thanks for watching this entire video and have a triumphant week.